Hello there, YouTube. Mr. Gibson Guy here with you. Thanks for dropping by the channel. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I haven't done it in quite a while, but there's been some interest in this, so I thought I would put this video out. If you are new to the channel, please hit subscribe. Give us a like here. Leave us a message in the comments down below. Subscriptions on YouTube don't cost anything. It's one of the free things that you can get. But what happens is when I come out with a new video, you'll get a notification of it because it will be shown because you're a subscriber. So today I have something that's kind of different, and I saw some other videos that were a little bit misleading or incorrect about this, and so I wanted to show you really the difference in size here. There's a lot of people that say, oh well, North American Arms, they make the world's smallest production line revolver, and they do, and a whole bunch of people have put them up made YouTube videos on them, but the fact is that there's only one model which is the smallest. There's a whole bunch of other models which are small, but they're not the smallest. This one is the smallest by far, and we're going to be looking at choices of self-defense, good choices and not so good choices. One of the things about if you're going to do some self-defense, if you're going to carry a firearm, you have to deal with the weight and the size of the firearm. So we're going to be looking at some kind of tiny firearms, but I'm going to start out with the tiniest one, which is the NAA, North American Arms 22 short. Now you can't see me, but you can see my hands here, so you can kind of get an idea of the scale here. But even that is deceiving. Put this down here, because when you open, this is nice. Comes with this nice locking steel vault, steel box you can store your gun in, and nobody's ready when I do this. You're not expecting it, but here it is. Yep, that's it. That is the smallest revolver, the NAA 22 short. All of the NAA revolvers are 22 short, 22 long rifle, or 22 Magnum, the other larger shells. But this is the one that really is the smallest, and you can see it's small. It's very small. And what else can you see by it? Check it out. The weight. Now this is empty, doesn't have the 5 rounds of 22 short in it, and it is 4.25 ounces right here, empty. Now, I'll show you how this works. Normally we would check that, but you can't really see anything here. You press this little button and pull this out. This is what holds the cylinder in, and the cylinder is released now. So you can see this is empty, nothing in it. No, but it takes 5 little tiny rounds of 22 short, like that. That's the way that it works, and you drop each one in 5 around. And I'm going to take this back out. I'm going to keep it unloaded. Line this back up. You see there's a little valley right here on the ball bearing there. You want it, that lines up with the underside of the barrel. So you slide this down like this, get that in just the right place, and it clicks into place. Now, watch, this is really a tough trigger. But that, and well, I'm sorry, tough hammer and trigger takes a lot of pull, and that's what it does. So it's probably a 6 or 7 pound pull on this thing. It's not real easy to work. It is single action only. That means you have to pull the hammer back before it will fire. I think it has a safety half notch like that, where because being a basic single action revolver, this little point here is what hits the back, strikes the back of the shell casing, and ignites the primer to make the gun fire. If you try to just pull the trigger without the hammer being back, nothing happens. Nothing happens at all. Now, I was going to show you this. Here's the gun, 4.25 ounces, and it takes 5 rounds, 22 short. They weigh the same if they're falling down. And we get 4.75. So half an ounce for the ammo for it, the 5 rounds that shoot it. Now I'll tell you a little bit about my experience, because this is not a gun that you fire very often. It's not very rewarding to shoot. First of all, it is kind of accurate. It's obviously with an inch or three-quarters of an inch or something of barrel, it's not going to get much twist. There are grooves in the barrel, a little barrel that's that long, but it doesn't get to put much spin on the projectile, so it doesn't shoot very far or very accurately. But any of these weapons that we're looking at today are for self-defense, and self-defense means you are less than 6 feet away from your assailant. If you're defending yourself from, if you're more than 6 feet away, the best thing to do would be run away rather than try to fight it out. That's not a good idea. But something like this, the first time I shot it, we were out on the boat out in the middle of the lake, and I had it with me, and there was nobody out, and I thought, well, this shouldn't be bad because it's so small. So I pointed it over the side of the boat, water about 6 feet away, and I pulled the trigger, and it made a splash, about this high off the water, like that, and it seemed to be right exactly where I was pointing the weapon. But what really shocked the heck out of me when I shot it, this little tiny thing with those little tiny slugs that it shoots, it was loud as a 30-06. The thing is really, really loud. It's just like a noisemaker. And the only explanation is it's stainless steel, but normally when you fire a gun, the gun absorbs a lot of the report, the noise that you make from the gun firing. And this gun is so small and so lightweight, 4.25 ounces, that it doesn't absorb anything. All the noise of the gun firing comes right out. Nothing holds back at all. And so I shot my 38, and I don't think the 38 is nearly as loud as this. But so we're going to put this up here and put the bullets here, because we've got to take a look at some others here. Next up, this holds 5 rounds, and it is a revolver. This next one is holds 2 rounds, and instead of 4 1/4 ounces, it is 9.5 ounces. 9.5 ounces. This is this is a Cobra, right? Yeah, Cobra. It used to be Davis, and then they bought it and it was Cobra. It changes hands. This is a Remington 1868 replica. It's a real gun. It has an over and under barrel like this. This is the ejector on it, and you can see there's nothing in there. And this is not chambered in 22 short. It's chambered in 22 long rifle, which you see is a bigger cartridge. It's the same diameter, same perimeter around it, but it holds a lot more powder, so it has a lot more push. This one is heavier, but it's not real loud. Part of that, I think, is also because with this one, part of that is because this one is sealed at the back, so no sound comes out here. It's only what comes right out the barrel. And with this one, it's got the cylinder right there, and there's of course a gap there that some of the hot gases and the noise come out that way. You can shoot 22 short with this. I've done it before. It handles them just fine, but it's made for the 22 long rifle, which is a bigger cartridge. This one is about equal to this one. Realize that in a revolver, the cartridge comes up here and goes all the way to the end. So your bullet doesn't travel here, it only travels here. With this one, your cartridge is in here like this, so this much barrel is how much barrel length you have that's actually usable. This much of the barrel is just holding the bullet in place. So this is from here to here. This has probably got a little bit more barrel than this one, but it's very close, very close. So neither one of these guns, if you aim it at a person and shoot it and they're 6 feet away, if you hit them, it would be an accident. It's probably going to go there, over here, over here. You never know because these barrels are so short. Mostly if you thought about self-defense with one of these little things here, it would be where you actually hold that up against their skin and fire it. You want it because that way you'll hit your target and it'll get a little bit of energy. Either one of these is very dangerous. It's not a toy, but they, if they're up close, they could even be potentially lethal. So it's not anything to play around with or to leave laying around. Also, this one is single action. You have to pull the hammer back to shoot it, and then it's empty. Like that. See, it takes me 2 fingers because this thing, I've oiled this and made it loosen up, but still it's almost impossible to hit something when you're doing this, just to squeeze the trigger. But it's really light. Now, the next one, this is more like it. This is a real revolver, and I know right now it looks like it's gigantic, but it's not. It's not. It's gigantic compared to the 22 short mini revolver, but this is a regular Smith & Wesson with a just about 2-inch barrel in .38 special, and will handle +P ammunition. This is one of the airweight guns, meaning that the frame of it is aluminum, the barrel is stainless steel, the cylinder is stainless steel, and the crane is stainless steel. The other parts are plastic and aluminum alloy. And this is a double action revolver. You can see no rounds in the chamber, in any of the 5 chambers. And you pull the trigger. You can pull it and shoot it single action if you want to take the time to do that, but normally these would be shot double action. This is called this SADA, single action double action, because it's both single action and double action revolver. And now this doesn't have the 5 rounds of .38 special in it, but let's see what we got here. Oh, you are the tank here. 14¼ ounces as opposed to 4¼ ounces, or whatever this was, 4½ or something. So this is right. This is a Bianchi 100 leather inside the belt holster. You can carry it with you if you want to carry it around concealed. And there, it's a lot more expensive too. Alright, the last one I'm going to show you is this one. This one I've had for a long time, but I don't know if I've ever shown it on YouTube. This is a Tec P3AT. And the P3AT takes 380 rounds, which is 380 automatic Colt pistol. That's what the ACP stands for. And this is like a concealed weapon Glock. It's a double action only. And this doesn't lock open on the last round either. So you have to do that because the ammunition is held in a magazine like this. This holds 6 rounds, 380 ACP, about the same length as a .22 long rifle, but much bigger around, bigger diameter case. And this thing, 1 ounce for the magazine, and shoots double action only, like that, and then that cycles it so you can shoot it again. Of course, it doesn't cycle if it doesn't fire a bullet. If you just pull the trigger, the hammer goes down, but everything just waits until you recharge it. Alright, so the weight of the Tec P3AT, the Tec P3AT, it's number 3, P3, letter A, and letter T, as in 3AT. Got the joke. Right, so here we go. Let's see what this one is. This one was 14¼ I think. What is the P3AT? Ooh, just over 8 ounces. A little over 8½, but not, no, almost 8½, but 8 and more than ¼ And it holds 6 rounds. It's much easier to handle these bigger rounds than the little tiny 22 ones. And that brings it to 10 3/4, just about 11 rounds with the magazine and a full magazine. So these two are very easy to carry, but not much good for if you ever have to pull it. these guns are kind of like a backup to your backup to your backup, or maybe for this one a backup to your backup to your backup to your backup. But you got to have a lot of guns before you get down to this one. The Kel-Tec is an excellent gun for carry. This is the little inside the waistband Uncle Mike's 01 holster. Yeah, no, 10, size 10, and it fits in there. I've carried this for many years. You can see it's kind of getting worn down. I've gone through a couple of them. This just clips onto your waistband from the inside, and you have this behind you or on your hip, one way or another. Same thing with this one, but this one does get a little bit heavier. It has 5 rounds, but it's a lot more powerful than the 380. This one, if you have to deal with somebody, this is real serious because this will kill people real fast. This one, same thing, but it's not as powerful as the 38 Special. But you get more rounds, and this was the first gun I ever carried all day and completely forgot that it was there. It didn't bother me. This one I've worn all day, but it does remind you that it's there. These little ones, you can put it in your pocket and it just kind of bounces around, but it's not worth much for self-defense. So there we go on small handguns that you can use for concealed carry, for self-defense for you and your family. Any of this stuff is very serious, and make sure you get a lot of training on how to use. Anytime you want to get a gun, make sure you really know how it works and you get trained how to handle it properly, and always be very careful where it goes. Putting it locked in a steel case is a good idea. Keeping your ammunition separate from your gun is generally a good idea, unless you happen to be using that gun for self-defense all the time. The other thing is, when you have a magazine, that's all you have to do to separate your ammunition from your firearm. And this is all you have to do to load your gun, just like that. All right, if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. I hope you found this enlightening, gave you some information. This one is the smallest of all, the North American Arms 22 Short mini-revolver. So until the next time, this is Mr. Gibson Guy, and I'll see you later.